Hi, this is LaDonna Davis with And She Saw Stars. I wanted to talk about the Infinity Festival in Hollywood. There's a Cahuenga at Goya Studios. I didn't do a lot of video. My phone was having some problems, whatever. I'm working with my phone technology versus my camera technology, just to sort of experiment with different devices and their ability to provide me capability to cover events. I found the festival stuff really engaging. I was really glad I went. It was very interesting. It talked about things I've sort of seen before, covered like when I used to go to some conferences when I was in the military, virtual reality and sort of environments and sort of these creation of environments. I thought it was very stimulating to sort of think about what are we doing with VR? Has VR really moved forward from then? It's advanced, but not as advanced as I would like. I would think it's been maybe 8 years since I've seen VR or talked or heard about VR, like in a conference setting. And I think it would be nice to see it more utilized. Some of the technology I saw, stuff like Intel had like some sort of device where you could project, see sort of like I don't know, I'll call them small characters, so to put in the VR reality, something you might see in that game. I forgot the game, the one with the people. But at any rate, you sort of go in and you see them moving around and that type of thing, and they could project onto another surface. I didn't really know what the application of such technology would be. I mean, I'm sure obviously that can be applied to other technologies, and then you can get even more. And they used Greece. They had like a scene in Greece with dancers and stuff in it, and they were doing a scene, and they had a video where they showed the demo where the choreographer, was with the people and the green screen and sort of dancers and sort of the accuracy that you're able to render the folk in. But aside from gaming, where else can you use this technology, and how can you break it down? I asked quite a few questions that became sort of interesting to me, like training and that type of thing for dancers, and also training for people that are interested in VR technology, and so being trained early for the industry that is already using it. And that way, maybe degree programs, universities and stuff, academies might have start to offer degrees in VR technology, virtual reality technology, and virtual reality logistics, and virtual reality engineering, things of that nature. And that way you might see sort of this how do you take care of virtual reality environments, the creation of them, the dismantling of them, and sort of the duration of them, upgrading them, updating them. Do they, come apart over time, with programming and coding, and do you have to sort of do calibrations or let's say I forgot I don't know if they still use the thing with compiling of code, but I don't know if those questions are still valid or not. But that's what I was sort of wondering about. But the conference itself was very interesting. I got to see a lot of stuff about art, a lot of stuff about virtual realities, a lot of stuff about VR environments and artists, and sort of what artists are doing, also what the industry is doing, new technologies in gaming, and what might be coming out, animation and film, and those are all very, very. I don't know. I just found it very enticing. It reminded me a lot of when I was in the Air Force. I thought it was very interesting that it sort of gave me an opportunity to apply sort of the things I learned as an officer in the Air Force, things of acquisition, things of logistics, things of program management, things of project management and cost management and stuff like that, and sort of the thought about training and education and sort of new sessions coming into a training environment and then leaving out and then applying into the world in the field. I thought that was very very useful to see that post-military you sort of see similarities, and you're able to apply what you know obviously from the Air Force to other areas. I mean, that's going to happen anyway, but I just thought it was a great thing. So Infinity Festival, This is their second year having it. They will continue to have it annually, and you should look for it around this time. I would totally go. There's lots of panels that you can attend, lots of discussions that you can attend. There's food offered and also booths. It's a nice venue and able to sort of move around and sort of get what you need to try to learn what's coming up on the horizons in these areas of development. It's very very bold with their, I don't know, they're covering a vast amount of areas: behavioral sciences, engineering sciences, technical sciences, development technology, coding and programming, even acquisitions, gaming, new games, new programmers, new advocates for like finances and sort of paying for I don't know, the funding of such developments, and then sort of moving that information technology forward into the future. I just think it's a very good, informative conference, and I highly recommend you attend. All right, so if you go to my website, and She Saw Stars, that's like Alpha November Delta, and then She Sierra Hotel Echo, Saw Sierra Alpha Whiskey Stars Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Sierra.com, and SheSawStars.com, and you'll see some of the articles that I wrote. If you go to the Infinity Festival website direct, and you can look it up, Infinity Festival in Hollywood, and then you can see what they covered. Hopefully they'll have little clips there. If not, I'm sure if you do a search on the web, you'll see other press and folks of that have little clips and things that you could look at. The next conference I'm going to is a dessert conference this weekend, and I'm going to be covering that. And then I'm also doing the LA Auto Show. I'm covering that. And I also have film premiere that I'm being considered for, invited to, that I will go to, and then another little conference. But if you go to my website, you can find out where I'll be covering in the future, and you can see what articles will be coming up. The things I've covered in the past: Los Angeles Comic Book Convention in Los Angeles, that was there. I went to a circus here that's out in Hawthorne, and that was really great. It's a nice circus. If you get to attend that, it's great. If they're still in town, they are supposed to be traveling to Anaheim, so you can find them. Let's see. If you go to my website, you can find out where they're at. And if you go to my YouTube channel, and She Saw Stars, you'll see my video for my coverage there. And if you go to my other website, ladonnadavis.carbonmade.com, you can find links on my press media page and see where I'm at. But you can see my photography and stuff there, and sort of my electronic portfolio there. All right, so this is LaDonna Davis, and She Saw Stars. Infinity Festival was very informative. I highly recommend attendance. I do think it would be great to see military there. I think they would find it interesting. Certainly 1 year if they go, that would be good for TDYs, I think. Certainly for their acquisition officers, I think it would be great. I would love to have gone. And let's see, post-military veterans, I think it's great. It is Veterans Day, yesterday or whatever. So happy Veterans Day, and belated or whatever. And I hope you guys are having a good time in the world. The world is very interesting, and there's lots going on. If you can get a chance to take part of it, do. All right? All right, thanks. LaDonna Davis, and She Saw Stars. Okay, signing out. Bye.